So let's start the session. Day 10, and we are understanding Python. Today is the last day for the Python. 14th of October 2024, time is this. So yesterday we have started something, classes and objects, but we didn't complete, right? Yesterday we talked about folders and other things. So let me open the folder, desktop, or instead of using this, Google Colab. Let's switch the account. Colab. I hope you see my screen. And today we are going to talk about object-oriented programming and the assignments to you guys. Object-oriented programming, Python, classes and objects. So here we can create class car, and when you talk about the class, so today's lecture is purely on object-oriented programming. Yesterday we have missed something, object-oriented programming. Right? So everything in Python is a class. Okay, so Python official documentation. If you go over here, lists. If you go over here, lists, creating the list, it is nothing but what? A class. Just a minute. Now, okay, I will come back to this thing shortly. So here class car. So yesterday we talked about class, it's a blueprint. Class is nothing but what? The blueprint. So how many of you have worked with the object-oriented programming in any of the programming language? If you have worked with any of the programming language, please let me know. Please give me some reaction. Okay. So we know that there are classes and objects. Yesterday we have created object in a Python, we have created class in a Python, right? Now how to define constructor? How to define constructor? Let's see that. And how to define the member functions. So here we can say def underscore underscore init underscore underscore self. So this self points to the object of the current class. The minute I create object, CR is equals to car, and if you run this code, also run this code, can you see? So this self is pointing to, it is nothing but the this in a Java and the JavaScript. It is nothing but what? This in a Java or JavaScript. So class car def underscore underscore init self print self. Okay. So CR is equals to car. So self will point to the this object. So whenever it execute this line, self will point to this object internally. Now I want to have self dot speed is equals to 0 in the beginning, and self dot color is equals to red. Self dot color, self dot rpm is equals to 100 rpms. And now def underscore underscore str, right, underscore underscore str, which is going to return the string, and here we can return something like this. So in a Java or JavaScript, there is something called as toString method. It is text representation. These are the built-in methods, str underscore underscore init. This thing is called as constructor. Constructor means what? Whenever you want to create the object, at that time you can pass, at that time you can initialize the state. What is the state over here? Speed, color, rpm is nothing but what? The state. Now if you try to print this cr, you will get this string, whatever this string is that. If you try to print this cr, you will get, okay, we didn't run it actually, run it and run it, car self cr is equals to this car object has no attribute speed, speed, spelling is correct, speed, color, rpm. Okay, rerun it. speed, color is nothing but this color, this rpm is nothing but what? This rpm. So here we are trying to can you tell me what is the error? Can you identify the error or not? Hello? Your voice is not that clear. No, it is not that great. Yeah, go ahead. Who is speaking? Sunil. Constructor what? Underscore underscore str self. It is returning the string. This is also self dot speed, and you are trying to execute this code. So here str underscore underscore str. Okay, it's the car. Self dot speed is equals to 0. Self dot color is equals to red. So we have car over here. Yeah, can you see that? So this line was a troublemaker for the reason whenever whenever you are calling the, here also you are printing the same object. So it was trying to call this method, but at this line speed is not initialized. So I was expecting this from you guys. So when you say self, it is going to automatically print this underscore underscore str method. See what is happening over here? Car underscore underscore init underscore 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 str underscore underscore. Okay, so this is nothing but the toString method in a, this is nothing but what, toString method in a Java or JavaScript, converting object to the string. Converting an object to the string. String means what? All the state over here, whatever state you have, that state would be getting converted to the string, right? And whenever, if you are doing this thing, this line is nothing but what? Whenever you print the object, right? Whenever you print the object, it will automatically try to convert it to the string. It will try to convert it to the string means what? This function will be getting called internally. So this concept is called as overriding, right? This concept is called as overriding. Have you heard about this term? Hello? So whenever you talk about any object, any class in a car that is child of object class, that is child of what? Object class, which means that Python gives you inheritance feature. Before moving ahead, guys, please let me know if you have understood this. Give me the reaction. If you have understood this, give me the reaction. Underscore underscore init is the constructor. Underscore underscore str, the method is belonging to the object class. Father of every class in a Python is object, and this method is getting overridden from that object. Now if you see what is str, okay, now type, here we can say str, run it. So type str, okay, just a minute, just print str, it will, it is printing the str. Now when you talk about, now I will come back to these things, what is this str and all these things, right? So if you see the car class, constructor and the toString method, so these are the type annotations we have seen. Cr is equals to car, print cr. Okay, now inheritance. So very important aspect we need to talk about is inheritance. So class BMW extends, class BMW extends car. Can you see? Class BMW extends car. So when you say class BMW is a separate class, this is what a BMW extends car. The meaning of this line is BMW extend car. This is the constructor of the BMW. This constructor is calling the parent constructor first, which means this constructor, super dot underscore underscore init, it will call this thing. So in here, there are few methods. Def accelerate, speed is equals to speed plus 10, brake minus 10. Now overriding in action we can see def, and here we can say ADAS true. Okay, so to the BMW there is a ADAS true. Now here if you can say def underscore underscore str, which is returning the true. Can you see here BMW speed is equals to self dot speed. So this speed is coming from the car. This self dot color is coming from the car. This self dot RPM coming from the car. And this ADAS, which is its own property. The car has nothing to do with the ADAS. Car has nothing to do with the ADAS. But ADAS is a own property of the BMW class. Okay, now let's try to create object of B is equals to BMW. B is equals to BMW. And here print B. Let's create the object of BMW and print the B. And can you see BMW speed is 0 and something like that. Now what we can do, let's try to initialize this thing. And here we can pass the methods. So speed, then color, then RPM, and ADAS. So to this constructor also we can accept speed, color, RPM. So here we can say is equals to speed, is equals to color, and is equals to RPM. So here we can say default parameters 0, color is equals to red. If you pass, don't pass it, these values would be taken. So here we need to pass speed, color, RPM, speed, color, and RPM. So here we can say speed 400 km per hour, color blue, RPM 900 RPM, ADAS true. Run everything, run this guy. Okay, now run this guy, that is also okay. We haven't passed any values over here, so default values would be considered. Class BMW, run this thing, it's running, and run this thing. Can you see speed 400, color blue, RPM 900 RPM, ADAS is equals to true. ADAS is equals to what? True. Inheritance. So this is the car, this is the inheritance. Now I want to override this accelerate method. We can, the way we have overridden this accelerate. So here we can check the condition. If ADAS is on, we can increase it by 30, else we can increase it by 10. Some logic, arbitrary logic I am trying to write over here. If ADAS is enabled, increase by 30, otherwise you can increase by 40. So here we can say B dot accelerate print B. So run this class, and can you see the ADAS is enabled, that's why speed is getting increased by 30. This logic is working, correct? This logic is working over here. Inheritance. So in Python, this would be the inheritance. So whenever we will learn, well, that's the deep learning actually, next course. At that time, at that time, so BMW 400, blue 900, true. Print B dot accelerate. So this feature is nothing but what the inheritance is. Python provides you inheritance in this way. Now next thing about private and the protected. There is no private in Python. There is no private in Python. Python does it, but Python internally achieves it using name mangling. Python achieves it using name mangling. Let's create a class, say bank. And if you see here, init balance, can you see the underscore in the beginning? The Python is going to mangle this name. So this would be considered as, just run it. Python is going to consider this field as a private. But there is actually nothing called as private in Python, right? Actually what happens, underscore class name is getting attached. Now see here, bank is equals to bank, and here get underscore balance, here you can achieve it, getter method. But if you try to directly access it by means, okay, let's write one non self dot name is equals to bank. Now if you see, just run it. Okay, run it. Now if you try to achieve bank dot name, can you see bank dot name directly achievable, but if you try to achieve print bank dot underscore balance, you'll get an error. Can you see there is an error? Bank object has no attribute called as balance. So Python changed this variable, I think, to the first underscore bank dot something like this, comment this. So Python change it to the, yeah, can you see Python changes the name of this variable to this. During the interpretation, whenever you do something like that, in the beginning there are underscore, so you can call it as private, but technically there is no private in Python. Python internally uses something called as name mangling. Python changes the name to this thing, underscore class name, and then double underscore balance. Underscore class name and then double underscore balance. So Python changes the class name to this, and that's why people call it as a private, but this is not a private. The way we have a private protection in JavaScript, or the way we have in a Java, C#, .NET, PHP, it is not that thing over here. Any question? Private. If you want to make something private.
Just like you use for delete as well, and also some functions.
Yeah.
Like string or string.
So these are the predefined functions. So if you want to convert, this is the predefined. You don't need to do anything with this. So generally we need to convert text object to the text. I want to convert BMW object to the text. So Python says that in an object class, there is one built-in function called as _str__. That function is used to convert object to the string. Just override that function. So this is the overriding. This is the overriding. This is the constructor. This is how constructor is written in a Python. In a JavaScript, we write constructor with the keyword constructor. So Python follows this approach, writing ___ init. There is no thumb rule, right? There is no thumb rule. These are predefined functions. So we are not applying any logic over here while naming the functions. It's not like that. It's not like that. We are simply calling predefined functions. You getting my point? Hello? So we didn't do any magic over here. The way JavaScript is having toString, this is the toString in the JavaScript. This is the constructor in the JavaScript. Or this is a constructor in a TypeScript. This is the toString method in a TypeScript. And this is our normal method, accelerate. Right? And here we have something done. Can you see? This is a so-called private field is accessed by the getter method. Similarly, you can have def set balance if you want to set the balance with the getter and setter. So this thing is called as encapsulation. So private data is accessible only and only via getters and setters. If this is a private, this shall be accessible by get balance, and this shall be set by set balance or updated by means of the set balance, right? So get balance will give you that, and bank.set balance 2000, and then print. Now see, we didn't override toString method. So this will print something weird, a heap reference it will print. Oh, we didn't run this code. Run it, and this line, can you see, it will print some heap kind of reference over here, because there is no __str method we have overridden, right? Correct? If you override that, you will convert an object to the string. That is called as toString method, object to the string. So you didn't override that method, and that's why you are getting this thing, right? Everything in a Python is a class. So people doesn't know this thing. Can you see? If you see here, Python also includes the data type for a set. A set is a collection of ordered, no duplicates. Set can be initialized by curly braces or this function. This function, can you see? Class set, class frozen set. Even if you go to the list, class list. Even if you go to the tuple or dictionary, class dictionary, class tuple, right? Python starts with Python classes. If you see range, class range. In a Python, class names typically start with the uppercase letter following the Pascal case. Now see, Python says that I follow, if you want to give a class name, I do something like this: class bank details, right? So this is the convention for you: class bank ATM. So if you want to create a class, you will create the class like this. So this is called as uppercase, starting with the uppercase, starting with the uppercase. But if you see, if you want to create an object of string, is str, string ABC. Okay. So in a Python, class name typically starts with the uppercase, following the Pascal case or the upper camel case. This is the upper camel case. This is the part of the PEP 8 style guide with the official style guide for the Python. According to the what you can say, according to the PEP 8 Python enhancement program, class names should be in a Pascal case where each word starts with the uppercase without underscore. So this is not allowed. As per the naming convention, you will not get any error, but this is a bad name. Okay. Built-in types like string, int, list, dictionary are indeed the classes, but they are written in a lowercase. So this design choice made by the Python developers to differentiate these fundamental data types with the user defined classes. So if you write a class something like this ABC, right, if you write something like this ABC, this is the bad idea. So starting with the lowercase, a bad idea, a bad name. Here we can say good name, here we can say good name. This is the good name, this is the bad name, this is absolutely bad name, because either it should be the built-in class, or it should be what you can say, or it should be a standard defined style guide way, right? Python's built-in type str, int, list, etc. were given a lowercase names for the historical reasons and improve the readability. They are treated as the fundamental building blocks and not intended to represent the custom types or the classes that user create. The lowercase naming helps in distinguish these from the custom classes. Do not forget that when you do str, this is also a class. When you do LST, list, this is also a class. When you do dictionary, this is also a class. I told you at that time, there is one more way of initializing the dictionaries, list and these things. Tuple, can you see these are the classes? Now, there are some special built-in functions. Like here, print length of LST, length of LST. So this is not a class, this is the built-in function. Many of the Python's built-in functions such as the length, print and the type are named with the lowercase letter for the simplicity and the readability. So make sure that you will not confuse with this. If you see, there is a color change. Here is a different color. To the print also there is a different color. To the list there is a different color. To the length there is a different color. This is purposeful change in the color, because this is the function and not the class. This is the class, not the function. But whenever you create your own classes, you will name them like this. So this is not allowed. The class name starting with the lowercase is not allowed. Is that clear? Hello? Is that clear? So you create the string in this way or simply assign. Internally object would be getting created. Internally object would be getting created. Now here if you go print type st, run it. Can you see class str, which proves that this is the object of, this is actually a class. LST or list is actually a class. Can you see class list? So you will say, what if I will create lst2 in this way 1 comma 3 comma 4, and if you again do this type of this list, type of lst2 and run it again, right? Still it is list. Can you see? This is the list and this is also list. So do not get confused. Remember that Python is fully object oriented programming language. If you have used the Python and if you don't know this thing, right, you might be considered Python as a scripting language. Technically, it is the object oriented programming language. Whatever object oriented principles are, classes objects, inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, encapsulation, all these things are supported by Python. You can achieve everything with the help of Python. Correct? Any queries, guys? Any question, guys? Okay, great. So this is all about what you can say Python, right? Now, where do you practice? Where are the examples? So I will highly recommend you guys to start from here. So go on, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Whatever we have studied so far, see, these many examples are there. Can you see? If you at least try these many examples, say hello world with the Python if else. So you can have, this is the HackerRank, one of the website available. Go on solving regularly, solve the challenge, right? So here we can say, here is the sample line of code that can be executed in Python. So here you can have submissions also over here. Submission means what? Other people have executed this code. Let's go a little bit complex thing. find up the runner-up score, right? You can log in also, no problem. Given the participant score in a sheet for your university sports day, you are required to find the runner-up score. You are given the n scores, store them in a list and find the score of the runner-up. So input format, first line contains n, second line contains array of n integers. They have given array of n integers separated by the space. They also have given this code. Constraints, n is greater than or equal to 2 and less than or equal to 10. A of I, each element of the array that will start from the -100, -100 to the +100. Print the runner-up score, right? Simple output 5, 2, 3, 6, 6, 5. A sample, this is a simple input. First 5 scores are there, then you need to input the scores. Then you need to input the scores. But the scores would be ranging from -100 to the +100. A of I would be -100 to the +100. N 2 to 10. So the elements values would be from the 2 to 10. Right? Explanation, given list is 2, 3, 6, 6, 5. The maximum score is 6 and the second maximum is the 5. Hence we print the 5. So second runner up you need to find out. What you need to find out? Second runner up. So this problem is having a context also. This problem is having the real time touch also. And that's why I highly recommend you to go with this list. So you need to find out the runner up. Find the runner up. Go to the submissions. I think I need to log in. Let me log in. View discussions. You can go over here and here they can go. I'm wondering there was a better way to do this. Name is exactly equals to whatever. So they have given the code also, right? They have given the code also. Right? So you can find out the answers. View top submissions. Click over here. So here you can go to this profile and you can see. Well, you can find it out. It's not a big deal. Under the discussions, you will get the output also. N is equals to input, array is equals to map input. So this guy has given you a complete code. Right? See here the code. You can see load more conversations. You will get the idea also. You'll get the idea also how these people are solving. But better approach I will suggest you, just copy or you can just Google it, find the runner-up score, Google hacker rank, find the runner-up solution. You'll get a lot of solutions over here. Yeah, so only this much is the solution. If you see Python hacker rank, basic data types, n is equals to input, then this sorted. First you need to sort the list, then set. Can you see what it has been given? And just -2. Runner up means what? Second runner, second winner. So only one line is there. People might have done a lot of things to find it out, but this is the absolute simple way. But there is a problem over here. You are creating object of the class sorted. You are creating object of the class list. You are creating object of the class ARR. Sorry, set. So 3 objects you are creating. Even if you can ask to the chat GPT or Gemini, that can also give you. Or I solve all these things by means of the Facebook Messenger Llama 3.2, which is absolutely killer in these things. Right, let me show you that part. Just ask Messenger to solve this. So here, find the runner-up score. So let's ask Meta. I am solving, find the runner-up score. Challenge on HackerRank. HackerRank in Python. Please do share. Please give me code. Let us see. It will try to find it out. Yeah, can you see? Here is the Python solution for find the runner-up score challenge on the HackerRank. Input n, list map, something like this. Can you see? Sorted set, same solution. Read the number of the scores from the input. Can you see? This is the best. So Meta AI is the best for doing all these things. It has given the answer. So ideology is same. You need to first, you need to have the unique values. You need to think how exactly this will work. You need the unique values. How you will find the unique values? So first you are going to enter the 5. Then you are going to enter the 5 elements. The value ranging from 2 to 10. Right? Value ranging from the 2 to 10. So here all the elements shall be 2 to 10. That code needs to be written. This guy have not written that code. So it will not pass all the test cases. If you see, whenever you solve the HackerRank problem, the constraints also need to be taken care. So these values shall be between the 2 to 10. Where is that code? Where is that code over here? It is not there. Now if you go to the Messenger, Messenger also have not considered that. You have missed the constraints that are given in problem. Prompt engineering. So whatever we are doing, that is nothing. Yeah, can you see? 2 and something like this. Give me code. What constraints are listed? It is asking you. So constraints are listed, these things. Okay. So it is not the code actually, and that's why you cannot copy paste. This is something else. Yeah, can you see? This is the SVG image. This is not the code. But it will understand this SVG image also. But let's try to supply him on our own. N, 2, n is greater than equals to 2 and n less than equal to 10. This is the first constraint. And ARR of I, that is the index, is, what's that? Index is A of I, A of I, A of I is greater than or equal to minus 100, and A of I is less than or equal to positive 100. Now it will give you the code. Can you see? It is there. And in the HackerRank, there are the test cases. In the HackerRank, there are the test cases. So here you just get it. and paste it. Okay, I think it should be in this. Indentation should be correct. Unix scores, runner up. How come? Oh, so this should be inside. Python works on the indentation. If this is wrong, everything is wrong. And run the code. There would be error. Indentation error. Somewhere indentation is wrong. You need to figure it out. I think this is the place where indentation is wrong. A instead of ARR. Run the code. Somewhere again indentation is wrong. Line number 11. 11? Yeah, it should be tab over here. Run the code. Can you say sample test? So it is actually running the test cases, and it is, congratulations, you have passed the test. This is how you will progress. This is how you will progress. A lot of programs are there. Can you see? You can select the subdomains also. You will absolutely, if you want to solve the hard problem, just select the hard, and remember that they are really hard. It's not that easy. So I will write what you can say, home or practice code. So two things will happen if you work with the practice. Two things will happen. Your HackerRank profile would be getting generated. You can write it on your resume. Your expertise in a Python, you will get one badge over here. And that badge will decide your expertise in a Python. But don't do this thing. Of course, if you're not understanding anything, you can take a help of ChatGPT, Meta, or whatever, right? And see what exactly they have given. Try to read this problem 10-20 times. You will understand what's happening exactly. It's not that big deal. And that's why I start from simple. Starts from foundations. Start from easy ones. Select only easy one. There are many. You will be, and this is a free. Okay. I would like to see your codes. You can, in a one day, you can solve 10-20 problems and upload that to, what you can say, GitHub notebook, Jupyter notebook, to the GitHub, right? Tomorrow we'll start with the NumPy data manipulation part of the data science. Okay. Hello. Or what we will do, we will start with the data visualization first, so that with the help of NumPy we can visualize also. So we will start with the matplotlib tomorrow. Okay. Hello. We will start with the matplotlib tomorrow. Fine. Or I will update you on the group. But fine, we will have a next chapter tomorrow. If you have any queries, go ahead and ask me. Otherwise, we are good to wind up the today's session. Hope everyone will practice all these programs on the HackerRank, and I will see your codes. Make your Git repository, upload your own notebooks. I would like to visit your codes. I will give recommendations on your codes. Fine, let's call it for a day. We'll meet tomorrow. Same time, 7 to 8. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.